Fans, Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling tonight, the Starland Arena here in Roanoke. You'll see many outstanding matches, and just to mention a few, Tio and Mike Stallings take on the Outlaws, Ken Dillinger, Cowboy Parker. Evelyn Stevens meets Belle Starr in a girls' match. The Avenger goes against Big Brute Bernard. And in the big main event, Sonny King takes on the Masked Super Destroyer here.
You know, Mr. Sonny King, he reminds me of a buzzsaw. You know, he's always going around the ring and going nowhere. He gets on TV and he has a lot of great statements that he's going to do this and he's going to do that. Well, Mr. Sonny King, you've got to have one thing more than a hard head. You've got to have something in that hard head. You've got to have that little 5-pound matter, that brain. And if you had a brain, Mr. Sonny King, you'd be dangerous. And if brains were judged in terms of Cadillacs, you'd be going around the world on roller skates. It takes a fine mind and a fine body and the equal coordination of both to be a champion. And you are in there against the champion, the Super Destroyer, the king of wrestling, and Mr. Sonny King. You can throw all the punches you want, and you can dance all night if you want, because I can take everything that you can dish out. But Sonny King, you can't take it in return, and when the going gets tough, you, Sonny King, lay down and cry like a big baby with tears rolling down your eyes. So, Mr. Sonny King, if you want to prove something, then you stand up in the center of the ring in Roanoke tonight and prove that you are the man that you're supposed to say that you are, and back up your reputation that your big brother made you.
Starland Arena in Roanoke tonight. You fans here in the Magic City have a real treat in store for you. Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling tonight at Starland Arena here in Roanoke. You're going to see many outstanding matches, to mention a few. Tio and Mike Stallings against the Outlaws. Evelyn Stevens meeting Belle Starr in a girls' match. Brute Bernard against the Avenger. But the big main event I want to talk about, Sonny King has got that Masked Super Destroyer. Sonny, another chance at that masked man.
That's right. You know, Bill, like my reason for coming down here is after the Super Destroyer and the champ Johnny Valentine. Well, the people at the Starland Arena, they've watched Sonny King come down and do what he said that he came to do.
Amen.
Now, the Super Destroyer, who gets out here, say all these good things about himself, says all these bad things about Sonny King. But Bill, like, you know, it's easy to stand up and talk. But it's a different story when you're in the ring. And what I'm saying, Bill, to you is that everybody out there that have came to watch Sonny King, no, my conversation on the television is very little, but my fight in the ring is very big, Bill.
I'll go along with that.
And I want to say that you got, like, where I come from, Bill, you put up a shut up. You know, like, it's no argument back and forth. If you think you're a better man, then you steps out and we just get down to it. And then this is the way it's supposed to be, Bill. Now, you don't have to get out here scream and howl and say all these things. If you're gonna do it, just come down and do it. And what I want to say to you, Bill, is that the Super Destroyer cannot do anything with Sonny King at all, Bill. I got it together. The people know that I got it together. And Bill, hey, like I've said many times, Bill, I'm gonna pull a trick out the hat and lay it on the Destroyer. When I come back and talk to you next time, I'll tell you about it.
I certainly hope you're going to take him. I think we could start the new year off right if you could take that mask tonight, right here at the Starland Arena in Roanoke.
You know, the thing that really bothers me is I look down and I see that I do have a broken leg. It's sort of like a dream. It's hard to believe that it's really happened to you. Valentine, and I know we had to have a little help from Flair. They got to get their heads together, and they were going to end it once and for all. And you know, I don't guess there's been a lower time in my career when I was sitting on TV in that wheelchair, and they came on the TV and threw $10 worth of silver dollars in my face and told me to have a happy trip home. Well, I'm going home. I'm going home to be with my dad. My dad just knows things that other people doesn't know. They say go to the doctor. I've been to the doctor. But I know if I'm home, around my family, I can heal. Now, Valentine and Flair says, well, it's the end of your career. Well, there's been a lot of people who had broken legs, and I've never had a broken bone. And now I've got a broken leg, and I'm sure that I can heal. Whether it heals properly or not, I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. If I only get one match out of it, if I have to tape it, if I have to put a leather cast on it up to part of the ankle, I'm going to get one more match out of this leg some way, somehow. I'll be back. I may only wrestle one time, but it's going to be with Valentine. And I'm not going to come back here to say I'm going to wrestle him to take his belt away from him. I'm coming back with one thing in mind, Valentine. And it's just like I said on TV, I'm coming back to put you out of wrestling. Because a person that can do something like this has no business in athletics, sports, wrestling, I'm telling you. And Flair, I know you were behind it. They got together, they would get me out of their hair once and for all. Well, all they did was like knocking a hornet's nest off the building. They just stirred up something that they may not be able to settle. And I promise you one thing, I'll be back.
I'd like to take just a moment now to talk to you particularly about what's going to be happening at the Greensboro War Memorial Coliseum on Thursday night, February 17th at 8:15. As all of you perhaps know, and if you don't know, of course, Mr. Jim Crockett and Eddie Graham, the producer of Championship Wrestling, have been longtime friends, and Mr. Crockett has many times come to Florida to aid and assist Ed in things in regards to wrestling. And of course, Ed has certainly returned that aspect of their relationship, I would say, twofold. I understand now that Mr. Crockett has finished negotiations with Sam Muchnick of the National Wrestling Alliance, Ed, and through your help and cooperation, we're going to watch Jack Briscoe go up against the World Heavyweight Champion in Greensboro.
Yes, that's true, Gordon. I'm real happy to be able to assist Mr. Crockett in any way that I can. Like you said, he's been a longtime friend, and I think one of the outstanding promoters in the United States. He strives constantly to bring the very finest competition, because that's what fans every place want to see. And of course, I've been quite involved with these two tremendous athletes, and being able to sign a match, and Mr. Crockett's helped me out on many different occasions. And so anyway, Mr. Muchnick and Jim, they have selected Greensboro to host this big, tremendous World Championship match. I don't think I need to go into, I have mixed emotions really as far as it's concerned. I've been a big fan of Dory Jr. for a long, long time. Really a great athlete and a great champion, but I guess it's the old American tradition that we like to see a champion unseated and defeated, and it's just the way it is. We pull for an underdog, and Briscoe, of course, just one of the all-time great athletes, a 2 times national champion at Oklahoma State University, the Florida champion, and we could go on and on. It's a colossal match, and I'm real happy that I can be of some small part in helping Mr. Crockett bring this match to Greensboro. And of course, I'm planning to be right there at ringside to congratulate the new world's heavyweight champion.
Before we go any further, and before I talk to Jack Briscoe, the Florida heavyweight champion and the challenger at this point, I had an opportunity earlier to speak to the world heavyweight champion, Dory Jr., regarding this match in Greensboro, and he made some very interesting comments.
Gordon, I expect a tremendous match out of Jack Briscoe. And as you know, just a whole lot has been said, and a whole lot has happened. A whole lot has been said about the hard feelings between Jack Briscoe and myself. Well, I guess this is true, because when you're competing for something and trying very hard to succeed and to be the, as they would say, the top dog in professional wrestling, tempers do flare, and feelings do get strained, and there is just a tremendous amount of strained feelings between Jack Briscoe and myself. But still, I think the people can expect one hard-fought wrestling match, because I've always felt myself, my father always taught me this, that a wrestler can beat a fighter, a street fighter, or whatever it is. So this time, when I face Jack Briscoe, everybody can expect one hard-fought wrestling match. Wrestling is what brought me to where I am. Wrestling is what brought Jack Briscoe to the top in professional wrestling. That's why he's the #1 contender. So expect one real hard-fought wrestling match in Greensboro Thursday night.
Jack, I wanted you to hear those comments by the world heavyweight champion, and I might also take this opportunity to congratulate you. You're on a tremendous win streak, and you've also accomplished the Eastern Heavyweight Championship, which is no small accomplishment.
Thank you very much, Gordon. I appreciate it. And the Eastern Championship and also the Florida Championship means a great deal to me. And there's one championship that I want very badly, and that's the World's Championship. Right now, Dory Funk Jr. is holding that championship, and I've tried many ways, and I've tried for a long period of time to try to get a match with him, and I finally got this match. And believe me, he was speaking a while ago of strained feelings, and of course there may be strained feelings, but there's one thing that I want, and there's one thing I won't stop until I get, and that's that World's Championship. And he's the man holding it, and he's the man I want to defeat, and I got my chance right there in Greensboro. And I believe the way to beat Funk is he is the champion. He has to be beaten, so I've got to carry the fight to him all the way, 100%.
Jack, the only thing I think everybody's aware of, your extremely volatile temper, and I hope that you don't let that cloud your thinking in the match.
Well, in this kind of match, Gordon, you can't afford to, Hardy, because once you lose your cool, you're going to get beat.
Thank you so very much, Jack Briscoe. We'll be back with more action on Championship Wrestling right after this message.
With me is the world-famous Chief Wahoo McDaniels. He is here to wrestle the biggest and the best in the world, the biggest and the best wrestlers.
Well, Jim, as you know, I've been traveling around all the United States. I've just recently returned from Japan. And I can't say that I do not have any love for Johnny Valentine. I've wrestled the man in Texas. I've wrestled him all over the Super Destroyers here. I even Koloff. When I got to looking at just probably the top talent in the whole United States right here in the Mid-Atlantic area, and even a young guy,
You mean Ric Flair?
Ric Flair's down here. He's jipping in and jiving, chopping everybody, and the bounty hunter destroyer gets on TV and brags about putting a man out of wrestling, depriving him of making a livelihood. And this is the kind of guys I want to wrestle. This is the kind of wrestlers I come in here. Sometimes I think they might be a little sick in the head because they love brutality as long as it's working on the other individual, but when the shoe's on the other foot and they're the ones that's getting hurt, they're the ones that's having to spend time out of wrestling healing up, that's when they start to scream, and that's what I'd like to do. I want to come here, I want to win, I want to make money, and I want to wrestle the best. And it's the way I see it. I can look any further. The best are right here.
Well, Chief Wahoo, the name Chief Wahoo McDaniels strikes fear into a lot of people's eyes and hearts.
I think the thing that it's not fear so much as they know that I'm a good athlete, and when they wrestle me, that I'm going to give 110% in the ring, and if they make one mistake, I do have the experience to beat them. And that's what these wrestlers, as great as they are, every great wrestler has that moment where he lets his guard down, he makes one mistake, and that's when he gets pinned. And these guys, as great as they are, they cannot stand getting pinned because they'll no longer have that big reputation as being great.
My name is the Destroyer. Now, I've wrestled all over the world. My mask means everything in the world to me. Now, I've worn this mask for 12 years. No man has ever defeated me. And you know, since I was 6 years of age, when I lost a fight to a bigger boy, and my daddy told me, he said, son, he said, people in this world today do not want to see a loser. They want to see a winner. And ever since then, I've been a winner because he once told me, he said, boy, he said, remember one thing. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the fight in the dog. And when you look at the Destroyer, you're looking at the confidence of a man that is a winner. And I want to tell you people all on the East Coast, I want to make one stipulation, and that is that if I am defeated either by a pinfall or a submission hold in the center of that ring, I will stand up there like the gentleman that I am and remove my mask. A lot of people say, well, why do you wear a mask? Let me tell you fans something. In this world, we need an incentive. And these wrestlers have gotten lazy. Since coming to the East Coast, I heard all about the great wrestling talent you have around here. Well, if you call Jerry Briscoe talent, he's got the belt. That's what the Destroyer wants. Mr. Jerry Briscoe, I've got one little word of advice for you. The Destroyer is here, and your belt is there, and within a short time, it'll be here.
Since Dory Funk Jr. lost the World's Championship to Harley Race, he has been claiming that he was forced to come back too early after his injury. He was out for approximately 10 weeks. Certainly, I feel myself that any man that has a shoulder separation that is forced to come back to wrestle, and it's just a short period of 10 weeks after the separation, is certainly not enough time for full healing. And he feels the same way. So now that I've defeated Harley Race, Jr. claims that he should be declared the world's champion or given a chance at this because he claims that I have never defeated him, which is true. I never have defeated Dory Funk Jr. in a world's title match. Now, I want this match just as badly as Dory Funk Jr. does because I want to prove to myself and the wrestling fans and to Dory Funk Jr. that I am the world's champion, and I claim, or I aim to beat Dory Funk Jr. when I step in a match with him. I'm going to carry the match to him, force him into that mistake, and defeat Dory Funk Jr.
We're welcoming Bob Brothers, former Miami Dolphin football player. Hello, Bob. Welcome to Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. I understand you've been on a bit of a tour around the world, right?
Yes, yes. I started wrestling about a year ago. I was trained in Minneapolis by Vern Gagne, who is probably one of the top wrestlers in the nation. And I spent some time in Florida, and I just got back from Japan. And I really enjoyed both places, especially Miami, because I played football there and enjoyed seeing some of the people, and I like the people down here. And I'm really happy to get an opportunity to come here to Charlotte and wrestle here, because there's some top names like Johnny Valentine, Brute Bernard, and Rip Hawk, and they're all good wrestlers. I know I've seen them in action, and I'm looking forward to get a chance to wrestle these men.
Well, like you say, we have the finest wrestlers around. This Johnny Valentine and this Brute Bernard. Have you ever personally wrestled these fellas before?
No, I haven't. Like I said, I'm actually in my rookie year, and I think now after being in Japan and been around a little bit, I've got the confidence, and I'm looking forward to get an opportunity to work against top wrestlers like this.
Well, Bob, we know you do good, and we're going to keep our eye on you. Okay, Bob.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
will be 10 rounds, each round being 2 minutes. A long, grueling distance for gentlemen not accustomed to it, but of course Sonny King, with his great amateur and professional boxing background, and now getting to the peak of that condition once again, will certainly be more than ready for Johnny Valentine. Because, not counting Valentine out, a great athlete, a man of great endurance and stamina, he will also certainly be in peak physical condition.
Fans, don't forget, Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, the best in wrestling. Johnny Valentine meets Sonny King. The Avenger and Sweet Hanson take on Mr. Fuji and Chuck O'Connor, plus Sandy Scott, Klondike Bill, Cowboy Park, and others. Friday, December 27th, City Armory, Lynchburg. Johnny Valentine, the champ. Sonny, you got him.
Well, you know, Bill, like, I could stand out here and say many things, but I really don't have to, you know? Like, my reputation stands for itself, and the people in that area knows exactly what Sonny King stands for. And like I've said many times, Bill, I've never got on TV or any place else and said anything that I didn't live up to when I went into the arena that I said I was, you know, that I went into, Bill. I want to say one thing. Valentine, I don't care nothing about him at all. Nothing, Bill. I have no respect for him. As far as ability, he has no ability, you know. He just comes out and he says a lot of things. He may be tough, Bill, but I think I'm a little bit tougher. And I think everybody that have watched me before wrestle Valentine knows about it. You know, Bill?
Right. I'd like to see that bout in Lynchburg. It's coming up on Friday the 27th at City Armory. And then, of course, the Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling is returning to Roanoke Starland Arena on Saturday, December 28th, with the Super Destroyer against Sonny King here, plus many other matches. Brute Bernard against the Avenger, Evelyn Stevens against Belle Starr, T.O.T. and Mike Stallings versus the Outlaws, other matches. But you've got, Sonny, you've got that Super Destroyer, the Masked Man.
Now, Bill, that's a conspiracy within itself. You know, I knew that I'd signed for these matches, but it was supposed to be like wide apart. But now he and Valentine have got together and got him close. But Bill, what I'm saying is, Valentine and the Super Destroyer could come and get Sonny King the same night because I am ready, Bill, and I don't care wherever it is. I'm ready for him, Bill. And what I want to say to Valentine and Super Destroyer, come and watch each other and see what's going to happen there.
Right, and that's going to happen at Roanoke Starland Arena Saturday, December 28th. Fans, Mr. Fuji and Chuck O'Connor take on the Avenger and Swede Hansen. Sandy Scott, Klondike Bill, Cowboy Parker, and others. Friday, December 27th, City Armory in Lynchburg. In the big main event, Johnny Valentine here meets Sonny King. Well, champ, you got the big Sonny King.
Sonny King can be dangerous at any moment, but I'm a champion that doesn't make mistakes. And sooner or later, Sonny King will make a mistake, and that's when I move in and beat him. He's a very strong athlete, great condition, but he's not trained mentally. He gets carried away. He gets overexcited. When he thinks he's got you beat, he's coming on like gangbusters. But that's when I'm at my best, when things are rough. When things are rough, too rough for anybody else, they're just right for me, and that's why I'm a champ.
Okay, champ, thank you very much. That's coming up Friday, December 27th, the City Armory in Lynchburg. Now I'd like to call in the Super Destroyer because Roanoke will see wrestling returning here to the Starland Arena on Saturday, December 28th. And you're going to see many outstanding matches. T.O., Mike Stallings versus the Outlaws. You're going to see Evelyn Stevens meeting Belle Starr in a girls match. Brute Bernard against the Avenger. The Destroyer against Sonny King. And, of course, the Super Destroyer meeting Sonny King.
Well, I've asked the champ, Mr. Johnny Valentine, to save me just a little piece of Sonny King. Because if Sonny King has a brain in that head, which I doubt he has very much of, he will remember a few months back when he came in to take his big brother's place. And Mr. Sonny King, I still have the $7,500 bounty check, and it'll be waiting for you after the match. If you can do the big thing, baby, and that is defeat the Super Destroyer in Roanoke.
Once again, we're in the offices of Professor Malenko's Family Enterprises. Again, this television time paid for by the Professor's Family Enterprises to discuss the indefinite suspension brought about by the National Wrestling Alliance on the Masked Superstar because of the incident involving the Mighty Igor and the burning of his eye. Professor, your man is suspended. I'm sure the fans would like to know what he's doing now, but I'd like to ask a question. You and the Superstar have continually yelled foul, that this was in actuality an accident. Could you explain to me exactly how this accident took place when you're...
Wait a second. Wait just one moment. I'm paying for this airtime, not you. I'm going to do the talking. Superstar's going to do the talking. We didn't come here to get to put to a third degree or something. Now, this is not a court of law. I want to say this, Superstar. We're staying here in limbo. We have nothing accomplished here. There is nobody in the world that would want to hear from me on a telephone about getting you booked in any part of the world. There's something that has to be done.
I want to ask you something, Les Thatcher.
Ask away.
You're in contact with these NWA officials every day. Is that not true?
That's true.
When are they going to let me come back to wrestling?
Well, that is, of course, is not up to me. That's up to the Board of
No one
Regents
will
of the
ever
National
talk to
Wrestling
me.
Alliance.
I call up as soon as they find out who's on the other end of the phone, boom, and hang up. For nothing. I committed no crime. It wasn't premeditated. It was accidental. I didn't grab the cigar. I didn't jam it into his eye.
Here again, as the accidental thing is brought up once again.
I don't want to hear anything from you.
This time is being paid by me. Do you understand that?
All right.
All right, you keep on making these accusations time and time again. Now, the people know one thing, that this is one of the greatest wrestlers that has ever been seen. He doesn't have to resort to things like that he's been accused of. All he knows is one thing. This is an injustice that is being done us, the family of Malenko.
Accidental or premeditated? Certainly only the Masked Superstar and Professor Boris Malenko know the truth.
cost him the match, and I'm going to walk out of that ring proving to him and the fans and myself that I am truly the world's champion.
you know, all the wrestlers. Football players are good. Johnny don't do something good when I go over this. Johnny don't clean up. He do something good.
if you want to see a match between two great wrestling stars, and I'm talking about Johnny Weaver and the Destroyer, come to Greenville this coming Monday night. Because, Johnny, I think it's going to be a whale of a battle.
Well, it certainly is, David. I've got a real desire, and I guess every other wrestler has too, to be the man that takes the mask off of the Destroyer. And, of course, he's got a great desire of keeping that on and keeping his identity hid. The match we had a couple weeks ago on television, everybody witnessed. I learned a lot in that match. I learned that the mask can come off and that he's not immune to pain, that the sleeper hold works on him. And I think the biggest job I'm going to have, and I think you will agree, is keeping him away from the ropes, because he uses the ropes to his advantage. He uses the ropes to abuse the rules and keep that mask on. Now, we had it almost off, at least about half of it off on television. I wouldn't want to remove the mask in that manner. I'd rather remove the mask in a prescribed way, where you pin him 1, 2, 3, his shoulders on the mat, or you make him give up. However, David, if he continues to wrestle with the tactics he had before, then I'll resort to the same thing. And if I have to tear the mask off like we did on television, I'm going to do it. I want to start this new year out with the wrestling fans down here who have supported me for many years in that manner, by exposing the Destroyer to all the fans in Greenville area. Now, he claims to be an international star. There's some more international stars coming around here who say they wrestled all over the world. Johnny Valentine, for one, I'm speaking of. I'm kind of country boy around here. I haven't been all over the world to wrestle. We've just been around